Welcome to Cover Letter Writing with the Office of Career and Professional Development. By attending this workshop, you will understand how to write targeted cover letters for specific opportunities that will complement your resume. So what is a cover letter? A cover letter is a professional document that gives you the ability to expand upon the information you included in your resume. You should be expanding on your transferable experiences, credentials, and appropriate skills. Be sure to avoid repeating what's on your resume. Start a new cover letter each time, and be sure to tailor them to specific positions you're applying to. This document is where you get to show the employer why you're interested in the position and the organization. It is also a demonstration of your writing skills and attention to detail. The most efficient software to utilize is Microsoft Word because of the ease and accessibility for editing. No matter what software program you use, whether it is Microsoft Word, Google Docs, or Pages, avoid using templates. Always write and create your own cover letters. Employers or recruiters will be able to tell if you use a template, and you don't want them to question if you really wrote this cover letter or not. Always be sure to send your cover letter as a PDF document unless otherwise specified to anyone reviewing it. This is so the formatting will transfer over properly and no one can make edits. When you save it, make sure it is labeled professionally. In Handshake and LinkedIn, make sure you check your settings in terms of how many documents you have and if they're public or not. When saving in Handshake, it would be best to save your cover letter with the employer name to avoid sending the wrong one. Sometimes figuring out where to get started can be the most difficult part, so we're here to help you with that. The first thing you want to do is read the job posting's duties and qualifications thoroughly. You need to determine how your skills and interests align with the position and what the employer is looking for. Everyone does this differently, but one way to do this is to print out the job posting or copy it into a document, take a highlighter, and highlight all of the things you would like doing and all of the qualifications you think you meet. Then, jot down notes of things you want to make sure you highlight or note in your cover letter. You can then use this as an outline when you write the cover letter. Cover letter margins should start at 1 inch. You can customize them and drop them down, but just like the resume, make sure they're equal on the top, bottom, left, and right. It is recommended that you keep your margins closer to 1 inch. Cover letters should always be on one page. For the font, you can use Times New Roman or the font you used on your resume. Keep the font between 11 and 12 point size and keep the color black. Cover letters are aligned to the left and are written in block style formatting, meaning no indentations. These should be single spaced and written in business professional formal language. The first thing on your cover letter should be your heading. You can use the same heading style you used on your resume, or you can do a block format like this. After the heading information, the date comes next. This should always be the date you're submitting your application. Make sure you're writing out the date correctly and professionally. If the job posting indicated a specific person for you to send the cover letter to, address it to them with the information on the left. If there was no person indicated, then you should follow the guidelines on the right. If the job posting indicated a person the cover letter or application should be sent to, then address it in one of these ways. If the job posting does not indicate Miss, Mr., or Mix, and you're unsure, then just do Dear first name, last name. For example, if someone's name is Pat Brown, you wouldn't be able to guess what the person is addressed by. If there is no person listed, then you can use any of the options on the right with the exception of to whom it may concern. Employers simply find that unprofessional. After you address the letter, you will move into your opening paragraph. This opening needs to catch the reader's interest so they want to keep reading. In this paragraph, you need to be sure to indicate which position you're applying to. Sometimes companies have multiple positions open at a time, and they need to know which one your application is for. You should include why you want to work for this company. It's important that you do your research on the organization so you can show your genuine interest in the position and the employer. This will help set you apart from other candidates and make you competitive. If someone from the company recommended you apply for this job and gave you permission to name drop them, then you should include that. You should also include 1 to 3 things about yourself in this paragraph, whether it's your skills, experiences, or values. The body paragraphs are between 1 to 2 paragraphs. The purpose of these are to highlight your relevant experiences and skills. Use your outline to do this, or whatever method you use to plan your content for the cover letter. Be sure that you connect your experiences to the position and show the employer that you are qualified. When discussing your skills, make sure you are specific and tie it to the experiences. For academics, discuss what you've gained from your educational experiences, research, or courses, and be sure to explain how they relate to the position. For leadership, discuss your involvement outside of the classroom, what skills you've gained, and how they have prepared you for that role. And for your experience, you can discuss prior jobs, internships, or shadowing, and explain the connection between your skills and the position. Avoid repeating your resume and listing out all of the experiences that you've had. Be sure to add in conclusion sentences to your paragraphs so that you're not ending abruptly. Your cover letter will conclude with one more paragraph. Be sure to include 1 to 2 sentences about why you're interested in the position, the department, or their team. State how you can be contacted by including your phone number and/or email. Next, thank the employer for their time and consideration. Tell them that you look forward to their reply. And lastly, you should add a signature section that looks like this. These are some examples of professional cover letter sentences to get your introduction started. Cover letters are written in business professional language, and it's typically not how we speak. Here are some examples of sentence starters to give some variety to your body paragraphs. And finally, these are recommendations to start concluding your cover letter. If you're submitting online or on the employer's website, be sure to upload it as a PDF. When you have to email your application to someone, you should write a subject line and text in the body of the email. For the subject line, sometimes employers will have a requirement, whether it is the job posting ID number or job title. If there are no instructions, you can simply include the job title in the subject line. Address the email the same way you address the cover letter. You can copy your cover letter in the body of your email or attach it as a PDF. If you're attaching, you need to write something like this on the right. Be sure to state the position you're applying for, note that your materials are attached, and end with a thank you. Follow up with the employer or the Human Resource Department within 2 weeks of their closing date, and you can ask for a status of your candidacy to see where you are in the process or if you will be moving forward. If you would like your cover letter critiqued, we are available to do so virtually. All undergraduate cover letters are reviewed by our peer career advisors. All critiques are done by appointment Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. All graduate students and alumni up to 5 years out can have their cover letters reviewed by our professional staff and graduate assistants. To make an appointment, log into Handshake. In the top menu, select Career Center, then click on Appointments. Select Schedule a New Appointment. Choose a category and appointment type. You will then see a list of dates and times available to book your appointment. We hope that you use this presentation as a guide for your cover letter. To access our cover letter formatting handouts and additional resources, please visit our virtual handout wall at albany.edu/career. If you have any questions, you can email career@albany.edu or call 518-437-4900. If you would like to stay on top of employer events, discussions, and career tips, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter using our handle @UAlbanyCareer.